So in our last video, we were at the former RAF East Kirkby, following in the footsteps of my great uncle, Flight Engineer Sid Smith. Well, today's video, and it's just a short one for you guys, we have come into the village of East Kirkby, specifically to the Red Lion pub. Now, the reason we have come here is because there is something very special inside this pub that relates directly to my great uncle, Flight Engineer Sid Smith. So the Red Lion pub, just literally on the outskirts of where the grounds of the former airbase would have been. A lot of the men who were based at East Kirkby would have been billeted right here around this area. So as you can imagine, this pub, the Red Lion in East Kirkby, was full most of the time of those airmen drinking beers. And I imagine they drank a lot of beers, and this pub probably sold a lot of beers to those guys. Well, one of the things that happened here in East Kirkby is when men got towards the end of their tour, they would come here to celebrate. And whilst they were there, they carved their names into the tables. Now, that's not an unusual story. If you go to places like the Eagle pub in Cambridge, there are airmen's names written all over the ceiling and the walls from the Second World War. Well, here at the Red Lion, they were carved into the table. Now, incredibly, that table has since become known by a specific name here at the Red Lion, and the name that it is known by is the Sid Smith table. The reason for that is that one of the most prominent names carved into that table is Sid Smith. That's my great uncle, Flight Engineer Sid Smith of the 630th Squadron, based here at East Kirkby. So here is the Red Lion pub, and you can actually see on the front there they have a Lancaster room which has got some photos and stuff inside it. We don't know if they've got any photos of my uncle Sid Smith at the moment. We've got a couple of photos we're going to give them in case they want some, but I believe they've got other photos of the 630th Squadron in there, so we're going to go take a look at those. But let's head inside and see what we can find. So the Red Lion pub here in East Kirkby is literally on the perimeter of the airbase, and so this would have been a place that would have been full of airmen probably every night, and you can't blame them really when you think about what they were dealing with day to day on those missions. To be able to come here and have a few drinks and maybe try to forget about that in some way is perhaps not a surprise, but on the night of men finishing a tour, they would obviously come here and celebrate, and our great uncle Sid Smith came here to celebrate on the night when he had finished his tour at East Kirkby. And one of the traditions they had here was to scrawl the names into the wooden table. Now, the table has been sanded off in some areas, but still some names remain, and we're very lucky that one of those is Sid Smith, and hence why this table is commonly referred to as the Sid Smith table here at the Red Lion in East Kirkby. Yeah, sat in the Red Lion at the Sid Smith table. So this would have been scrawled into the table in probably 1945 when he had finished his tour and came here to celebrate at the Red Lion. So 1945 scrawled into this table, 2025 still there today. We're sitting here having a beer with the photos of him with us here. The story goes, an airman who had finished his tour was sat here celebrating with a beer in much the same way we are now, got a pint of the Hawkstone Lager. And whilst he was here drinking a few beers to celebrate, he scrawled his name into the table. So we've already seen in the video the photos of my great uncle Sid Smith, and here we go. This is where he scrawled his name into the table whilst he was sat here having a few celebratory drinks at the end of his tour. Wow. So inside the Red Lion in the memorial room where we've just come through to, got all different photos of 6, 30 and 57 squadrons, and actually one of the photos we've got is pictured here next to the name on the table. So somebody has been here, probably another member of the family who we weren't aware of had been here. But that's really cool. And in the display case here, they actually have another copy of the same photo. You can see it on the top. It actually says Sid Smith on far right of picture. Not as good as the copy we've got though, so we have given them an updated copy of that photo here today. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, coming along on a little trip here to the Red Lion in East Kirkby. A little personal trip for myself and my dad who went in there today. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. If you did, do me a favour, do all the YouTube stuff right here on the screen. I know it's just a short video for you, but hopefully a really cool video that you enjoyed. This was perhaps one of the best parts of coming to East Kirkby, actually going in here and seeing this. Really cool experience. That personal feeling to be able to sit at the table and drink a beer with the names and the photo really was cool, and I hope you guys enjoyed the experience of seeing that with me. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm going to see you on the next video.